fish on. Oh, look at the size of that thing, bro. Dude, did you see the size of that tail? Oh, shark.
Oh, good
Shark,
God.
get out of here.
Get
Hammer,
out.
hammer, 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 hammer. Hey gang, today I am in beautiful Fort Pierce, Florida with my good friend Captain Brian Pounds. It's been a while, kid.
Yeah, it's been about 4 years.
Yeah, looking forward to doing some fishing. What do you think? What do you think today's got in store for us?
We got the full moon, good tides. We're catching some snook, catching some big jacks, and see where the tide takes us today.
You know what? That sounds like a good day. Snook, jacks, Fort Pierce, Brian Pounds. Let's see what the good Lord gives us. I cannot wait to do some fishing. You know, my buddy Captain Brian Pounds, him and I met many, many years ago, and we've had some great fishing adventures in the Mosquito Lagoon area, Titusville, Indian River area. We've caught a pile of redfish together, and over the last couple of years, he's kind of taken this spring business to Fort Pierce to do some snook fishing, and he just keeps calling me and telling me, hey, you got to come do this. It's pretty spectacular. Catching a lot of snook, you know, it'd be pretty cool to get it on camera. And this year we're finally making it happen. So he's just a good old boy. I really enjoy fishing with him. He gets a little nerved up whenever we bring the cameras, but he settles in, and he's a real personable guy, and that's important in the guide business. You know, it's not all about catching fish. You got to be a good person. You got to be able to talk to people, and Brian's got great people skills, and he's a really fishy cat.
Just reeled to him, he just didn't commit. Oh yeah!
Get him, dog.
Oh, what is it?
Oh yeah.
Another snook.
That's a better fish.
Oh,
That's a better
some
fish.
drag on that big dog right there.
That's a better fish. How many pumpkin? A little bigger than the last one, huh? We're working our way up.
Like the Jeffersons, baby.
Fort Pierce. Back is a little dark still.
Yeah, they're coming out of the river. It's like you were saying, it's been a lot cooler this year, and
Prime time.
prime time.
Prime time. Slime time.
Very cool.
Little thumb suckers.
There he goes.
Oh boy.
Yes, sir.
All right, my turn.
Your turn, buddy.
I know it's my turn. Keep hoarding all the action. Okay, let me catch this grouper now. Again, heck, we're sitting in, the Ray Marine's got us sitting in 20 foot of water right here. So it's a heck of an edge. That tide's moving, and all that rock there gives them just an incredible ambush point.
There he is. Oh, good fish, good fish.
There it is.
We need the net for that one, or?
I don't think so. You know what's so incredible? Is the water's so clean, so you actually just, you can see the eat, you can see everything right there.
Well,
I felt my bait get nervous, and then you could see it come up, and then boom, it was fish on. That was a nice fish, clean fish. God, the fish are clean here.
you see, they're dark. They're
Yeah,
just
they are
there.
dark still, really dark.
I think we're gonna have a late spawn this year. That's my opinion.
There you go.
You gotta love them.
Hey, let's do
They grow up to get big.
The only opportunity we had to schedule this just happened to fall right here on the full moon, which is always a little tricky. You know, offshore probably gets influenced a little more by the full moon than the inshore bite does, but it definitely influences the inshore bite from time to time. And what happens there is fish are nocturnal feeders by nature. They love to feed at night. It's a lot easier for them to target their prey in the dark. But on the full moon, that moonlight helps them. It helps them see better. It illuminates their world a little bit. So they always tend to feed a little better at night on the full moon, which can slow your bite some during the day. Normally, your full moon bite is usually midday or later. As in the morning, they're coming off feeding all night, so you got that 6, 7 hours in the morning that sometimes it's tough to get them to chew. There's always been a rule of thumb, and that rule of thumb is new moon bites better on the incoming tide, full moon bites better on the outgoing tide. And normally we have that outgoing tide in the afternoon, which is the scenario we have today. So bite's gonna probably be a little tough in the morning. We're anticipating things will pick up in the afternoon on that outgoing tide. You know, it didn't take long this morning to figure out that we were gonna kind of be on one of those full moon grinds, I like to call it. You know, guiding for 23 years on the west coast of Florida, you can kind of get a feel in the morning of how things are gonna go. The water was moving good, but we were on the full moon, so that was to be expected. But you could kind of tell that, you know, the bite was going to be, you know, a fish here, a fish there, a fish here, a fish there. Until we got that tide right in the afternoon, we were just going to have to kind of grind through it a little bit, kind of work for our fish in the morning. And that's pretty much the way that morning laid out for us. And, you know, the good news is Brian's really a talented fisherman. We're fishing an area with beautiful structure, good moving water, clean water. We had great bait, so you knew that if you were patient, things were going to come together. Fish on. Oh, look at the size of that thing, bro. Oh, he came undone. No, he didn't. He's swimming at me. Dude, did you see the size of that tail? Did you see the size?
I did.
Oh my God. He's swimming at me, quick. Gonna go under the boat.
He's getting ready to burn.
I think we're gonna need a bigger boat. I always have that mirror lure tied on whenever I'm around deep water. XL Miradine is perfect for this sort of stuff. Wherever you have pilchards, I always have one of these tied up on my boat. He's headed for the jetty. We may have to turn around and go get him, Brian.
All right.
He's large. You know, in an area like Fort Pierce where there's so much structure, you know, rock piles, docks, deep water, the one place where you've really got a shot at catching super big fish, and it doesn't matter what it is, big fish congregate around these jetties. So no matter, you know, how many fish we thought were going to be there or what the morning was laying out, at some point I was looking forward to getting out to that jetty, and once we did, that's when the magic happened.
You talk about these big jacks, it's like this time of year. I mean, there's snook out here, there's huge jacks, but great fishing. You know, a lot of snook are starting to stage in the inlet right now, but you know, I know you wanted to catch one of these big East Coast jacks.
I have. I've wanted to catch one. There's another.
I knew if it was going to happen, it was going to happen here.
There's a school right there.
There's another group of them coming right there.
Yeah.
I wish those were gold.
Yeah, right?
Let me lift that trolley up, Mike. I've got a feeling he's going to try to bolt to the front.
I'll get him.
Do like the old classic. There it is right there. I knew it was going to happen. Yeah, classic sure Titus Phil redfish move right there.
Yeah. Tarpon too. Tarpon like to do that same thing. Oh, shark. Oh, good shark, God. Get out of here. Hammer, 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 hammer. Get out of here. Get out of there. God, dog it. Oh. You know, that's the beauty of fishing right there, really. We've been out here all morning, caught a few fish, waiting for the tide to just get right. You get, you know, the fish of a lifetime on. In this case, you know, the biggest jack crevalle I ever hooked. And, you know, lo and behold, the tax man shows up and takes a piece of them and changes your day. That's the beauty of fishing, because you just never know. You know, you get comfortable, you think it's a done deal, and the game changes on you. So, you know, we go back to work and see if we can't catch another one. You know, the funny thing about jacks here in Florida and being a guide, you get a lot of it. You know, you get into some big jacks, and you can sometimes, depending on the customer, you know, if they're Florida guys or gals, you can kind of feel the disappointment in their voice when they find out it's a big jack. Even my wife does it, you know, oh, it's a jack. Oh, it's a jack. I can tell you right now, jacks don't disappoint me. Pound for pound, they fight as good or better than any fish we have inshore. And when you get the opportunity to get on giant jacks, I'm talking 15 to 25 pound jack crevalle, that is absolutely spectacular. They give you everything they've got, 110% effort to get away, and I absolutely love them and respect them for that. Heartbreaking for sure to have the tax man come in, the big sharks show up, which I wasn't anticipating, really didn't put together in my morning plan out there at the jetty. But like I said, when you're at the jetty, that's where all the big fish hang out. When the big fish are there, that's where the big predators are gonna be. You know, I think part of the problem with the east coast of Florida and snook fishing in general is that there's so many big fish in these estuaries that you tend to get a little excited and kind of focused in on catching, you know, these big fish. We've had a really cool spring, a much cooler spring, longer than we've had the last couple of years. And I think that's kind of slowed this migration down a little bit. Which isn't a bad thing. Everything goes the way Mother Nature wants it to go. But we could kind of tell, you know, once we got to the rock piles, we started to see that moving water. We started to see the fish slowly starting to fire off, that it was just going to continue to get better as the day went.
Get out of there.
Oh boy.
Come here, buddy.
Oh boy.
God, there's a pile of them down there.
Sure is. Some good ones too. Oh boy. Healthy, all with that real dark back. It's good to see though.
All right, Mike. Get a few more, buddy.
You know, it seemed like over the last couple of days, as Brian was running his trips, the rock piles were giving him the best action. And now the tide was right, and Brian was really hoping that these rock piles would kind of fire off for us. You know, we were going to go there. We had quite a bit of bait left. We're going to empty the live well, see if we could kind of close this special day out on a high note. And, you know, lo and behold, Brian was spot on.
Oh, I think I just got bit. And I did.
Yeah,
Come on. Oh, might be a little bit better fish.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Good fish for sure. Oh, boy.
Oh. Come on up.
That's a good one. Oh, boy.
Oh boy. Right in the lip, circle hook, doing his job. Oh yeah.
Better fish. Again, dark back. Real just fresh rolling out of the backcountry. What's up, Fort Pierce snooker? Hey gang, this week's Real Animals Tackle Box, our setup was really pretty simple here. You know, deep water structure, big fish was the focus. So I brought in the Real Animals Signature Series. This is from Bull Bay Rods. This rod is 7 foot 11 inches long, and it's our heavy power fast action tip, 15 to 30 pound class rod. We're using a 30 pound braid here, 40 pound fluorocarbon leader. A couple of these situations you might even wanted to bump it up to 50, but we were using 40 for today. Here we got the Clash 2 5000s, really a great reel for this stuff, good drag system on it. Again, deep water structure, fishing for big fish, fishing for big snook, fishing for big jacks. This was a great, great setup. On our live bait stuff, I had a 3/0 circle hook tied on here, nose hooking and tail hooking those pilchards, depending on what we wanted those fish to do, whether we were fishing a little shallower or a little deeper. So this is the main setup here. This is what I really wanted to show you today too as well. This is the MirrOlure Miradine XXL. I almost always have one of these baits tied on this particular rod, whether I'm near shore, offshore, if I'm fishing anywhere where I know I might have to make a long cast, where I'm fishing a big fish, feeding fish like big jacks, this is a great bait. Again, super long cast, great action in the water, mimics perfectly the pilchard. This is the 17 is the color here, that greenback silver side, just like a pilchard. The beach up here in Fort Pierce is covered with pilchards, so this was the perfect bait to have tied on to make those long casts, those big school of jacks. This is all the tackle you need to do exactly what Brian and I did today in Fort Pierce. Get yourself loaded up, tackled up, get out there and catch some fish. Hey gang, this week's Real Animals Tip of the Week, I want to talk to you about my good friends at Aquatraction. You know, for several years I've been telling you guys that all marine flooring isn't the same. Well, today we got a special treat. We got my good friend Josh Clymer. He's in town here. We're talking Aquatraction. Josh, what makes Aquatraction different from the rest?
Absolutely. So Aquatraction is a cross-linked polyethylene. We have the highest density material out in the market, and so what that means is that there's a direct correlation between density and durability. Our product is by far the most durable product that's out there. Cross-linked polyethylene, nothing sticks to it. And so when nothing sticks to it, means that nothing's going to stain it. And so this is the most stain-resistant product that's out there. Been fishing it on it all day, doesn't get hot. I mean, it's 90-some degrees out here today. Product doesn't get hot. And then on top of it, ergonomically, you know, I mean, if you don't have Aquatraction in your boat, at least for myself, I'm going to feel it in my lower back today. I mean, I know that I'm going to be heading back off the water. I'm going to be, you know, feeling great at the end of the day.
That's one of the things I noticed right away. You know, I get a new boat every year, every other year, and so for a short period of time as I get my new boat, I spend some time without the Aquatraction in the boat. And boy, let me tell you, it makes a real difference. Listen, all marine flooring is not the same. Go to aquatraction.com, find a dealer near you, ask the right questions, find out for yourself why Aquatraction is a cut above. You know, obviously one of my favorite things about, you know, filming this show for so many years is all the great relationships, and Captain Brian Pounds is a special guy. He's a really good friend of mine. I don't get to see him nearly enough, and to be able to come to these places like Fort Pierce and all of my travels in Florida over the years, you know, this is one of those places that I've never got a chance to fish. You know, I've fished in Stewart and I've fished in Titusville, and I've done some stuff on the East Coast, but I've never got the chance to fish here in Fort Pierce. And it's an absolutely beautiful place. The water is crystal clear. The structure's incredible, deep water structure, which is why those big snook are here, the big jacks are here. And this is definitely a place that I'm going to put on my list of annual visits. I want to come back here and do this again and take a shot at that jetty and see if we can't get that really big snook hung on the wall.
Sometimes you worry when you get those full moons if you're even going to get a bite at all.
Yeah, you just never know. Oh, like that one?
Like that one right there? Oh, yeah, yes, sir. How awesome is that?
That's a good day of fishing, my friend, right there.
Bad one.
That is a good day of snook fishing right there, buddy.
Come here, just let me put my hands on you, bud. Oh, come here. Oh. Come on.
That's a good time.
There he is.
Little snook fishing, East
Fell
Coast
right
style.
out, buddy.
Snook fishing, East Coast style. Thanks
Yes,
for the
sir.
day, brother. Nice fishing.
We got a few bigger ones, but hey.
Healthy, good looking fish. This bite's only gonna get better as the summer comes.
It is.
Yeah, so super cool. Great day on the water, kid.
Yes, sir.
Captain Brian Pounds.
Thanks for
work,
having me,
brother.
buddy.
Hey, dude, thank you for having me. I'm the guest here. Well done. A lot of cookie cutter fish, but they're healthy. Big, thick back on them. Dark back, so they're still not been to the beach yet because they'll silver up some when they get to that beach.
Get closer to the inlet.
Yeah, pretty fish.
Yep.
Nice job.
Just
Great
awesome.
fish. Yeah, buddy.
Good job, buddy.
That's super fun. Super fun.
Great day of fishing, Mike.
No doubt, my friend. Fantastic.
You gonna suck on my thumb one more time? Nope. See you, buddy.
Oh boy. Nice day. Nice day.
Thank you.
Nice day.